Hello friends, this is Kylie from Kiwi Crafts Co. and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to those of you that are new. For today's video, I will be decorating in my creative journal, and this will actually be the second spread that I show you guys here of my creative journal, just because I wasn't as confident in posting a video of my journal because it's still so new to me, but I was super excited for this particular spread that I will be putting together for January 2025 to kick off the new year. And I wanted to also show you guys these super cute printables from Crafty Planner Queen. This is her Butterfly Blizzard printable sticker pack that I purchased from her Etsy shop, and these images are just so gorgeous. And I actually purchased this back on Black Friday from her, and I just couldn't wait to use them. And then I also have some headers that I printed from my own shop, but I haven't had a chance to cut them out, so don't judge me. But this really is the main image that I'm so excited to use, and this will be used in a cover page for January to kickstart 2025 in my creative journal. And I also went and pulled some washi that I thought would match this spread, and then realized that I actually had a darker blue, more of a navy blue washi tape, so I went ahead and grabbed that as well before I forgot. Now again, this image here is really what made me want to purchase the kit, and it gave me a idea of creating an intro page for January, as I am still using the same creative journal that I've been using since last year, but I don't want to start a brand new journal, so I am just continuing on in this journal until I run out of pages. And I wanted to create a cover that specifically states January 2025, just so that it's the beginning of the 2025 spreads that I'll be creating in this journal. As I said, I know what type of layout I want to do for this particular spread today, and as I did size down the images to be able to fit in this size of journal, I kind of miscalculated how big or small I wanted the image to be, and it doesn't quite fill up the entire page. So I went through with some washi from Planything to try and fill up that remaining gap, so that way the image could fit and not show any white space behind it. And this was a missed opportunity for me, because after I filmed this, I realized that I did have some distressed oxide ink that I could have used that would have been perfect for this, and I think that would have made my life a lot easier, and it would have turned out so beautiful. But I still love how this spread turned out, and I can't wait for you guys to see the final result. So again, going back through and adding more washi, because I keep not putting enough anytime I try to lay down the image to see how it's looking so far. And I ended up having to do 3 layers of washi along the top and the bottom for it to finally take up enough space. And to make my life so much easier, I did print these images on removable matte sticker paper. That way it printed very vibrant colors. I have different types of sticker paper, and this one is my absolute favorite when it comes to images. It just really prints out the colors so beautifully, and again made my life so much easier to put together this spread. Now I am taking my monthly header stickers. These are not in my shop, but you can do this as a custom printable if you are interested. And I have January all the way through December, and then I printed out multiple of 2025 because I do plan on creating some sort of cover page for every single month. So something similar to this, but for the remainder of 2025. And I'm absolutely loving how it's coming together so far. For today's spread, I do want to do some sort of Dutch door spread. I have been posting on Reddit subs, on Facebook pages, and several of you guys have asked for a video on how to create a Dutch door spread. So for today, I will be using this kit to create a 2-page Dutch door spread. And I definitely wanted to show this video as well because a lot of individuals also asked how I'm able to get specific intricate cuts, and this tool I have used in multiple of my videos, but this is a Gyro Cut where it allows you to cut around the images just so easily. And you could do this with an X-Acto knife, an X-Acto pen, or even use scissors and just fussy cut around the images. But as you can see, the Gyro Cut allows me to kind of get into every single nook and cranny for the stickers that I will be cutting out and using in this spread. So I didn't want to use my Cricut to cut out these images. I wanted to be able to showcase the Gyro Cut and how you can use it. Now, one thing I will say is if you are going to get a tool similar to the Gyro Cut, to make sure you actually get the name brand Gyro Cut, which I will leave the link down below. And the only reason I say this is because I have personally gotten a knockoff from Temu because the Gyro Cut is a little bit of an investment. So I wanted to buy a cheaper one on Temu just to see if I would like it, and honestly I hated the one I got from Temu, and it really made me a little hesitant to buy the Gyro Cut. But I can tell you that as easily as you saw me cutting around the images, it was not that easy with the knockoff. So I definitely love this Gyro Cut tool. It makes it so easy to cut out stickers if I want to use any printables in the future and I don't necessarily want to run them through my Cricut machine in Cricut Design Space. If you know, you know. And this just made life so much easier to be able to cut around every single image. So I cut around these 3 florals that were in the kit, and I lined them up alongside the edge of the final page. So since I'll be doing a 2-page Dutch door spread, I'll be using a total of 4 pages. And the easiest page for me to start is usually the first one and then also the last page, because putting something alongside the last page will give me a good idea of where I will need to start the first Dutch door. So that just helps me kind of get a better idea of how I need to lay out this spread. And I want to do a 2-sided Dutch door spread, so I want to make sure that there's enough images that I cut out that are similar in shape, kind of almost mirroring each other, because that's going to be able to give me a double-sided Dutch door spread. So I'm going to go through and gyro cut all the images that I will be using, and ta-da! I have done all of that. I cut out just me cutting around all these images, and so now I'm going through and kind of separating them out by the type of images that they are. So all of the girl portraits I'm going to put aside. I'm going to put aside all the butterflies. I'm going to put aside any remaining florals, and then those that are similar in size. I did start the final page, so now I'm going and kind of picking a couple of stickers that I think would create a really pretty Dutch door. And again, you want to select stickers that have some sort of other similar size sticker. A lot of people, what they'll do is if they're getting a printable kit, they will print off the images as they are, and then they will flip them. That way they just have the exact same image, just flipped, and that does give you a really symmetrical double-sided Dutch door, but I didn't want to do that with this spread. So I'm going through and finding stickers that have a very similar one that I could use for the back of it. And once I have the initial items that I will be placing down, I then need to make sure that I lay it down to where I can still see the back page, because once these stickers are laid down, we will be cutting off the excess that is sticking out to the right, because that will allow us to see the images behind on that final page for this Dutch door spread, because you're going to have a staggered page look. And again, just stay with me, it will look so beautiful, I promise, and it is so much easier than you think. So going through, and even though I had done my initial layout, I'm like, okay, let me just check one more time to make sure I'm liking how it's looking, and just putting down a few different portraits because I did like the top two. And I ended up loving how the original one I chose looked, and so I'm doing a sort of tilted look to the stickers. Obviously the circle I can't tilt, it's a circle, but then I tilted the snow globe a little bit and then tilted the girl as well. So now that I've laid down these stickers, I'm taking my gyro cut and cutting around all the excess page, so that way I only have the images as the border. And just look at how beautiful the florals look behind it. And this is why I love creating Dutch door spreads, because it's kind of like a peekaboo effect where you can see what's behind it as you go. So then I'm just also cutting around any excess that I might have missed with a gyro cut. And then this is the other fun part where now I'm taking these stickers that are similar in size to the front of the Dutch door and laying those down, so that way it creates that double-sided Dutch door look. And luckily I had two of the circle shaped stickers and then two of the snow globe stickers, so that really did help me have a symmetrical look to this page. But I did not have a sticker of one of the girl portraits that kind of fit exactly in that remaining space that has already been cut out. But this image here was the closest that I could get. I did try layering a couple of different stickers to see if maybe I needed to add something in between, but this one was the one that was most close to the space that I needed to fill up. Now you can leave a little bit of space, it doesn't necessarily have to align exactly, but I didn't want to leave that much room, so I ended up just cutting around this sticker just to make her fit in that area I needed her to. And I end up cutting off the bottom of her bangs because it just didn't fit in that remaining space I needed, and that really did the trick in getting her to fit in that remaining space. So going and laying her down and then cutting off any of the excess that is sticking out on the other side. And it did leave a pretty big gap at the bottom, which I was not a fan of. So I end up taking the remaining floral bouquet that I have, and guys, like, there was a section that literally fit perfectly, so I went ahead and laid that down to where those edges match up and then just cut off the excess. And even though it's not exactly the same as the front. It is very similar, it takes up the space, and I was happy with it. Now that I've done the first Dutch door, I'm going to go and map out where I want to do the second Dutch door, which is technically the first one. And I like starting from the back forward because, again, that shows me how much remaining room I have to work with, but also ensuring that I give myself enough journaling space since I do use this for creative journaling. This sticker process is the creative side, and then I use whatever remaining space I have for journaling. And I didn't have very many stickers left, but I had a lot of butterflies and a lot of snowflakes, so that is going to be my main theme for the remaining page that I will be making into a Dutch door. I am trying to find where I want to lay the stickers to where it will not cover up the Dutch door behind it, and also give me enough space to be able to write. So I creased the paper just a little bit, and I'm starting to lay down washi because that's going to be the main background of this door. And I did choose the darker navy blue washi because it matched a lot of the accent colors on the butterflies and the snowflakes. As I laid down that first butterfly, I realized that it almost covered the Dutch door image behind it, so I had to move it back by a dot grid space, and that definitely worked a lot better to not cover up the one behind it, because again, you want it to be a sort of staggered peekaboo effect, and that way it ensured that I could place these down without covering the images behind it. I knew I wanted to go in with alternating the butterfly and the snowflakes, but also keeping in mind how many remaining stickers I had and what sizes, because I wanted to do the dual-sided Dutch door. So just going through and grabbing whatever remaining stickers I had that were bigger, because I don't want to do smaller snowflakes or smaller butterflies on the front, because then if I use the small ones and then I only had bigger ones left, it definitely would not fit the space on the back once I were to gyro cut alongside the edge of the sticker and leave only a little bit of space remaining, because once you go through and cut it with your gyro cut, then that's it. There's no going back, there's no changing your mind. So I mean, I guess you could try and fix it, but this just helps you ensure that you're giving yourself enough space for the back by using your bigger images on the front side of your Dutch door. Once you are happy with your placements, then just going to do the exact same thing as the other Dutch door. We are going to take our gyro cut and cut along the edges, going all the way to where the washi is at, because again, that is part of the design for this door, as we didn't have a lot of stickers to work with and we couldn't have the stickers touching the other one as we did for the first Dutch door that we did. So look at how cute that looks. I'm glad I took the time to move the washi tape back a space, because then that butterfly wing would have been sticking out past the image that we have on the door behind it. So doing the exact same thing, now that I have the paper cut off, I am going through and I laid down that washi strip, and I am trying to find some images of the butterflies and snowflakes that fit in the remaining space. Now, because there were varying sizes of the snowflakes and the butterflies, again, I made my life easier by using the bigger images on the front of the Dutch door, so that way I could use a smaller one to try and fit in the space that is left once the page is cut off from the sticker border. and as you see, I'm trying to lay down this snowflake and it is not lining up exactly where the other one does. And usually this would bother me, but the more I've been doing creative journaling, the more I'm kind of learning that it's okay for things not to be perfect, which is exactly the intended purpose that me and my therapist wanted for a creative journal, because I'm someone who's very like, things need to be in their place and things need to be used for what it's supposed to, and there's rules and things in place for certain things. And past Kylie would never have been okay with leaving space for something that's supposed to be symmetrical. So I am super proud of the growth that I have shown in my creative journaling spreads, and I don't even look now at those blank spaces, because who is going to notice that? It's just me. It's not anybody else telling me, it's just me thinking that it's an issue. And now that I have pretty much the bulk of this spread created, because the main part is the beautiful Dutch doors, I'm just going through and seeing what remaining stickers I have that I can put down alongside my cover page. So I put the "Winter is Magical" quote, and then I put another butterfly to fill up the space down below, and then just going through and trying to see where else I can add a couple of images. And the only place I could add an additional image was on the very back page, because again, the Dutch door is already pretty busy. Now I could have made a different type of Dutch door spread and make more of a waterfall tab, and I could add more images on those pages. But since I chose to kind of do a collage of stickers, that makes it pretty busy, and so whatever remaining space is left is going to be specifically for journaling. So I went ahead and placed this girl on the back page, pretty far down, so when the page in front is on top, she's not showing through. You still only see the floral images. And then she is partially covering a butterfly there, so I was trying to find a small enough sticker that would cover that butterfly, and it ended up being covered by another butterfly. And you see me trying to add in this last girl somewhere, but she does not fit. But my final step for my Dutch door spreads is to add a box at the top where I will notate the date of my journal entry. And I'm picking and looking through all of my rainbow colored collections from Calva Plan and trying to find boxes that match the color scheme going on in this creative journal spread. And I typically only go for quarter boxes because it doesn't take up as much space, where it could leave me a extra line if I were to use a quarter box. But the older collection is where I found these colored boxes that match more of the color scheme going on. Calva Plan did not include any quarter boxes, so I'm left with these half boxes, which is no big deal. It's just not my preference to use, but I'm not going to go and purchase something when I have other ones that will still work. And I do like the look of layering these stickers down with the boxes that I place for the date. So I'm going, and as I'm putting my half boxes, I'm trying to find some stickers that will fit with the vibe that I'm kind of going for. And I wasn't really liking the stickers I had left, so I actually go and cut out a few more from the Printable sticker kit and ended up wanting to do more of butterflies for the remaining pages and put those with my boxes for my dates. And I think that this turned out so beautiful, and it would have been better if I didn't rip the stinking butterflies in half. I kid you not, I did that for two of the butterflies that I placed down with the header boxes. but I was able to place them down to where you can't even notice that I ripped the butterflies in half. So I am absolutely obsessed with how the final spread looks. I just love the doors that I created. I love the cover page. I love this. This is probably my favorite one that I have created. So again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video and seeing how I put together this creative journal spread. If you guys like this video, please give it a like and drop a comment down below to let me know what your favorite part was. And if you are interested in more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!